And from the anti-immigrant sentiment in Europe, we shift our focus to the ongoing migrant deportation campaign in the United States. As the Trump administration ramps up its deportation drive, it has received clearance from a federal appeals court to end temporary protected status for thousands of Cameroonians. A U.S. appeals court has allowed the Trump administration to end a program that grants temporary deportation protections and work permits to over 5,000 Cameroonians and also over 11,000 Afghans. It's called Temporary Protected Status, or TPS. Now, TPS is a humanitarian immigration program offered by the U.S. to people from countries facing ongoing armed conflict, natural disasters, or other extraordinary conditions that make it unsafe to return. Currently, 16 countries are designated under TPS, including 5 African nations of Cameroon, Ethiopia, Somalia, South Sudan, and Sudan. But the Trump administration wants to end TPS status for Cameroon. It argues that the program is meant to be temporary and that conditions in Cameroon and Afghanistan have improved enough to allow safe return. It claims the conflict in Cameroon is contained to limited regions and no longer threatens personal safety in most parts of the country. However, an immigration advocacy group called CASA, whose case was being heard by the court, disagrees. Now, CASA argues that Cameroon remains unsafe with a humanitarian crisis and economy. They also claim the administration did not follow proper legal procedures to terminate TPS and say the decision was preordained and partly based on racial animus. While the court found that CASA presented a plausible case against the administration's TPS termination, it ruled there was insufficient evidence to block the government from phasing out the program. Cameroon is still battling a separatist conflict and a Boko Haram insurgency. The extremist group was designated a terror outfit by the U.S. in 2013. Fighting continues with massive displacements and casualties. The Trump administration has sought to wind down TPS for hundreds of thousands of migrants from other nations as well. In May, the Supreme Court allowed to end TPS for Venezuelan nationals. Once TPS ends, its holders are classified as undocumented unless they qualify for another legal status. This allows the U.S. to initiate deportation proceedings. But the impact on migrants is severe. TPS provides work permits and legal stay. Without it, holders must cease legal employment, and many TPS holders have U.S.-born children or spouses, making deportation a familial and humanitarian crisis. The bid to end the TPS program comes as the Trump administration also ramps up third country deportations. It has already deported migrants from Asia and Latin America to African nations like South Sudan and Eswatini. This despite ethical and legal concerns. As the Trump administration moves to end key migrant protections, thousands face an uncertain future. Activists warn the human cost could be devastating.
The stripping off of TPS, it don't really be a call for concern for our people then. Now, I want to just make a maybe clear say the temporary protection status, mean say if you lost that status, you know, if you still fight for your asylum claim, if you get enough evidence, enough material for sure say your life really be in danger if they deport you, then I think say they will still grant you your refugee status, and how it happen for that side for United States of America. My dear Ambazonians, I just want to try for throw light on this particular palaver again, in the sense we dey in a situation where our collectivism, our effort for eradicate all these problems, that means say we are coming together for, if we don't make our way, we no dey face this kind of problem there anymore. If it's easy for we to identify our people, then we fight, continue to fight for them. as it stand right now, if you hear say this so your brother or your sister wey be don use Mexico road e go Etas, all we know how a ground zero dey. No matter wetin some person wan talk am, ground zero is not safe. Yes, e no be safe. And even if they send some our people dem, una know very well say La République du Cameroon, when they hear say Donald Trump don deport people dem from Etas to back, they go start to find a way for chop for their back. One day wey dey clean o, one day wey they no even get anything to do with struggle, they go still implicate them. We know all these things the way it go happen. It's really a call for concern. I dey simply just beg na beg say, ambassadors the way they dey for United States of America, na time this for una for continue for come together. This kind of video dem, this kind of information wey dey comot outside, na information wey is supposed to trigger our mind. Even if you no get conscience, even if your brother or your sister, you know, they inside the people the way they don't go Etas wey they benefit from TPS, they don't take an off from them and all the like. Even if you know they my brother, think can very well say if you be there high for me. We understand say La République people and the way they come for Baghdad TPS, they get their donkey, they begin the bolo, but all thing don't cast. How we go do now? We need to do what we call selective effort. That means we identify people the way now our own people then will fight for protect them. All these things then go follow the legal procedure. Donald Trump no video cash man send and like that. It pass through court. That's why in the United States of America there is democracy. There is a rule of law, separation of powers. There is respect. The executive no dey work anyhow. The judiciary they take due process. The legislature, you know, even if Donald Trump he don't get some favoritism at what so called ever level, as people then they argue and say the decision where they take them, you know, follow due legal process and all the like. We believe say this so when people then come together, if we get Amazonian community for United States of America, they come together, we will fight out all these things and our people will not be deported to La République. We know what it mean when you send man back for pay. All we know to La République go do that person. People in there they go disappear, no go ever see them again. They'll go collect them. La République go do terrible things for our people then. Collect money for someone then. It's really a terrible situation. I think say this so Amazonians, we have to work as a team, as together, one people they get the same objective, the same future, and they stand for the same goal. That is what we have to do. Come together, Amazonian community USA. Come together for fight for protect our. No be saying that the man they come, that the man they come, and the man they na under the man they na under. Come as Amazonian community USA. I'll soon again for my next update. Thank you.